Okay. Today we're going to do a reading asking some complex questions. That is hilarious. Okay. So we are going to do a reading, and this is going to be a love focus. More than that, though, it is focused on your inner union. So this reading is about union overall. When it comes to what it is that we are attracting, the first and foremost union that matters is the union within yourself. So what that means is reconciling all of the different dimensional aspects of yourself and how it is that they've been playing out over time. And so when we talk about that, what we're really energetically speaking about is how your energy can spread off into different energetic aspects. And over time, those are aspects that you may have heard called things like soul removal and things like that. Not removal, retrieval. And so as we're talking about the energies of the full moon here as well, and how it is that you come into union. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly when we talk about the twin soul, which is what this first one is how do I meet my twin soul? And your twin soul is another aspect of yourself. What it means is coming into complete inner union with yourself. So, all right, we have the infinite, the separation, and the ripple effect. They said one more. And the body, the crown. Okay. So what we're talking about here, oh, that gets, okay, is the energy of union. So it made sense how that came out. So ultimately, who you are is a element of source, right? You are an aspect of all that is, the infinite, the all, whatever it is that you wish to call the label of it. In Hermetic terms, it is referred to as the all, but is the infinite energy. So who you are, you can see in this card as we're playing it out here, is the aspect of your soul. So I started to do a brief interaction here about coming into inner union. So what it shows is how I often channel when I'm doing energy work is from my first breath as a soul, progressing through what is happening now until the end. All of the energies at play and the energy plays around you, how have those things been happening, and how were any aspects of yourself out there still kind of lingering in any sort of way that was anything other than in complete alignment with your highest potential, meaning any aspects that felt disgruntled or out of place or that were missing from yourself. Okay. And so then the energy is showing us that there were aspects here that were separated, right? So there were aspects as you went along in your journey that felt as though you were in separation. And so here we also look at the energy of creation as a whole, right? And how the formation of all things came to be. We're literally saying the word infinite. So this applies to when we talk about energy, we talk about tarot, we talk about reading the energy. What we're really talking about is energy at play, and it's going to apply in more than one area of your life. It's going to be the energy at play. Now, it can affect specific areas in specific ways, absolutely. But overall, it is the energy that has been happening. And so when we talk about the energy of creation, the energy overall, what we want to express here is that as the infinite expanded, there were aspects that divided. So there were aspects within each one of us, and there were aspects then as a whole. So as we say the terms as above, so below, those things happen, and they happen in an aspect in the life that you're living now, in all dimensional aspects of you, right? All parallel realities and personalities. If you look at your energy and things that are at play, as well as things that are at play, for your family, maybe for your friends and your coworkers and those around you, as well as for the generational line of your family, you can likely see a lot of trends. And so if there was indeed a separation that happened, so when we talk about the energy of creation, that energy was originally created and then it divided, that can happen in reason, right? If anything was divided, that is an energy that is in play throughout creation. And we would see that happening in all sorts of aspects. So you can look at it here in terms of polarity, right? And so we see it in ice cubes in water. It is in, I guess it would be more like steam or something, right? So it is the energy of the complete separation and coming back together again. And so as I was going on about that, you can see that is the ripple effect, right? And so when we were talking about the energy of creation, that things were created and that energy was divided, that we see that sometimes you can say positive or negative. What it really means is aspects. We see it a lot of feminine and masculine, and how those energies work together and both complement and contrast one another. And so we see that in the energy of creation and then in the energy of separation. And you can see when that's happening at the energy of all creation, how that would be rippling out in all ways. And so anything that happened at the source, you can see that that is then a continuation that happens and happens and happens. And so the more that you can recognize those same cycles, it's how many, the cast cycles and stages, right? How many times and how many in this life, how many times in this day, right? Can you put your finger on? Can you identify something that you were doing, and how can you correct that? And so the next card that we have here is the body, the crown. And so this energy is showing us where the energy was rippling out in all ways, that it is beginning to change form. And so the energy and how it had divided, right? You can see there is the infinite, there is the circle. It is then dividing off and then swirling off, and now it is coming into a different formation. And so energetically here, we're using the best way that we can with these cards without pulling more decks. And it is simply the energetic combination of two souls coming back into union. Okay, that's it for these cards. Alrighty. Okay, so as we go about them, let's clarify some other things here. And let's clarify what this body, the crown means. And I was asking whether I needed to do a spread or do a freeform reading. And when I asked what one, they brought up the clarifying, and that we would do a normal reading, but that there would be some clarifying cards that I would pull. So we're going to clarify the energies here of what we would typically call the outcome, right? And so let's clarify the body, the crown. Okay. And we have the Ace of Coins. This is a beautiful card. I love the energy of green, and also how he is standing triumphant upon the earth. There's even a deer there. And the energy here is showing us an energy of triumph, an energy of ultimate stability, and to be fair, ultimate masculinity as well. You can see this man is clearly a very strong masculine man who is saying, I am here, I am manly, hear me roar. And so this card definitely signifies here a new beginning and stability. And the Ace of Coins, typically, I look at that as stabilizing the energies around it as well. So when we ask for clarification about this crown chakra energy, I see that as an energy of stability. So here we had an energy of separation and that going out into the universe, and we talk about the merging back together, we're talking about the energy of stability. And then we have the Page of Coins, loving the green here as well. And so a page is a younger energy, but the more important part of the page energy, and these would be representative of the Pentacle energy, is a new offer. So it is a new offer, and what that also means is a stable offer. So when we talk about the energy of clarifying, how are you coming together with yourself and what is that producing? We have the World card. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I love the World card because it is the energy of completion. That's kind of all I want to say about that. It is the completion of learning a lesson. So when we clarify this whole reading and what we were talking about, it is everything coming into completion. Okay. And then, oh yay, on the bottom, what is it? What is it that is coming into completion? They said one card only here is the King of Cups. And so the King of Cups energy is a man who, again, I'm absolutely loving the green in these cards. And it is a man who is loving and supportive of his partner. I would say this is the most loving man that is out there. Someone who is ready to be in an emotional relationship and give lovingly towards you. Amen. Okay. Well, I love that energy. If you were following the energy that I started reading last week and what they were going through, this one is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so the next question that we're going to ask here is, how do I meet this man? Now that I have the understanding of what this union is, how is it that I meet someone new? So let's take a look at that. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm pulling new cards. I absolutely adore these cards, but I'll just say they've had an adventure. Okay, so we'll just figure it out. So we're asking the question, how do I meet my true love? And it could be that you already have them. It could be that you know them. But knowing that they are your true love, this can be a confirmation on that as well. Okay. Whoa. A little gamola. All right. Because they're having me ask these questions completely for my understanding, but also interesting how I'm shuffling these cards. They want you to know that I don't read reversals. What we do is read the energy of a card and how it presents itself, more so than that being a specific thing for me. Okay, these cards, they're beautiful. It's worth the wait. Okay. So first we have the Two of Pentacles. This came up in my full moon ceremony. So it is a need of balance. And so asking the question, how do I meet my true love? The answer is recognizing your need for balance within yourself. So what does that mean? The next cards are going to show us that. It means making some new choices in your life. And so we have the Six of Cups. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. So I hope you can see, I'm sure you can see the image on this card. It is a rainbow colored unicorn with two children on its, they appear to be children, on its back over what appear to be lotus flowers and the sun. So, when we talk about the need for balance, here you can see those two parts that we were talking about, looking very similar in the two different sides. And you can also see the energy of the polarity that we were talking about in the darkness and the light, the representation being simple opposite energies as well. And here you can see now these two energies coming together and being happy together on a rainbow unicorn flying over the sun with all the stars in the sky. So the energy here is showing you that there is a great deal of fun, that you're meeting this person because you're in an energy of excitement and joy and bliss. It is a need to recognize that in order for you to have the most idyllic realization of what love is, that is the energy that you already want to be imbibing, right? And living. And so the more that you're doing those things, the more that they want me to clarify some of these cards here, the more that you're going to come into alignment. So the question of how do I meet this person is also based on who are you, right? And that is what was also coming about here. It is the inner union. It is letting go of all of the separation within yourself in order to come into that divine union. Okay, so we're clarifying here, what do I need to do to meet my true love? What exactly is this unicorn? It is salvation. Interesting. I did a tarot reading for a client yesterday and the same card came up. So it is the energy at play today. And here we have the energy of salvation. And so what it really means is that what you've been through was not, I was going to say roses and unicorns, but lily pads, lotus flowers and unicorns is not what you had been through, right? So we're clarifying here that you know the difference. You know the difference between love and lust. You know the difference between energetically what is a good state to be in and what isn't. And so you're going to recognize this particular person as the true salvation of what it is that you had been wishing and hoping for. Okay. Now let's go for Eight of Wands. Okay. So we have asking the question, how do I meet them? So Eight of Wands is a very fast moving, forward moving emotional movement as well. So it's showing you that the need to find balance is there. And so as soon as you're able to find balance, then you are able to come into this alignment and see the forward movement in your life. So the question of how do I meet them is really about allowing yourself, as I was saying in the beginning, and the cards may not have said this specifically, but it is allowing yourself to be your own salvation. It is recognizing the things that you've been doing and how can you do better, right? It's about putting on a new sweater. It's about going to the gym. It's about saying nice things to your car. It's really about energetically being in a wonderful place within yourself, because if you want to attract the unicorn energy, then you want to be the unicorn. Okay. Then we have the Princess of Pentacles. And I think that it's important. We pulled the a page before, and this is a new message coming towards you, right? And so in this case, it's just a little bit different because these cards are a little bit more lovely, more beautiful. They're just more colorful, I think. That's what we'll say. And so what you can see here is this would be an energy of forward movement and an actual offer of true love and true bliss. Here we have all of the world coming together to show you love. And it's because you were recognizing the love within yourself and the love of all creation as well. So as you find that energy and that frequency of the true potentiality and believing in the highest potential of all that is, and having love for yourself and others and all the creatures, right? We have trees, we have creatures, we have the sun. Actually, that's a star. There are elementals here. We have fairies that are all around and butterflies. There's a bird. It is truly a paradise here that we're experiencing. And so as we look at this card, what we would say is the energies are at flow. It is the energy of appreciation of all things. And so as you come into balance, you will recognize that your true forward movement and expectation of a new love manifests in an actual physical offer, because you will express yourself. You will know immediately when you meet this person. You will know in the bottom of your heart that the love that you feel for yourself is truly being reflected back to you for the very first time. Okay, so the next, just making sure we got all that we needed there. The next thing is we're putting all the pieces together here. So the next question is, how do I meet my life partner? Okay, these are cards. These are new cards. Okay, not new necessarily. All right, so the question here that we asked then is clarifying yet another aspect of this, and that is, how do I meet my life partner? So these are going to be more of the physical aspects here. So we are asking for clarification on the energies here to be released as well. Anything that is coming out there, anything that is left over from the first card when we saw the infinity, the energies of separation, any of those things that were out there. How is it that I meet this person? What is it that needs to be in alignment in order for this to all come into fruition? So we're asking what may seem like similar questions, but they're very specific. So first we have the High Priestess. All right. And so the energy of the High Priestess is fantastic. It is absolutely someone who is in alignment with wisdom and knowledge and understanding and truth. And so working to bring wisdom to others as well. You can see she's actually reading a scroll, albeit this one is pink. And so she's also wearing quite the headdress. Excuse me. And so here we say, ooh la la, that's it for that one. Okay. And so as we progress here, asking the question, how do I meet my life partner? Oh, okay, so this is the Four of Wands. These are beautiful cards. Lots of pinks here for Valentine's Day, I would say. And so here we have the most beautiful Four of Wands cards that we think that we could find in all of our decks here. And so we have a man wearing a pink tie, and he appears to be very chivalrous. You can see there is a castle in the back. And so what we see here is an energy of stability. And so by being more aware in the energy of awareness of what it is that you're doing, you are attracting this energy of stability. So how you meet them is, if you look at this woman, she appears to be smiling. There's definitely a smile upon her face. She looks like she's having fun. This card to me looks like my idea of romance. And so energetically, we say, ooh la la, fantastic. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Empress. So right here we have two major arcana energies. And so the Empress here is a very strong energy. And this is a woman who is usually seen as the great nurturer. She is encouraging others in rebirth and awakening, and encouraging creativity and spontaneity. And this one looks like she could be smiling a little bit more as well. And so the energy here is really that you have anchored in the energy of inspiration and rebirth within yourself, and truly inspired a sense of bringing this person about. And so the Empress energy here is really grounding in that you are the divine feminine, that you were harnessing the information and the knowledge and awareness to bring in the stable partner for you to be what I would read as the divine feminine card. It is birthing the earth, is sometimes what she's seen in the Lightworkers Tarot, right? So then we see the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, what I typically look at this card as, it's an energy of stability as well. So the pentacle energies often are. And it is the energy of building together. And so because you have anchored in the energy of the divine feminine, of ultimately being a nurturing, loving, supportive counterpart to yourself, first and foremost, and then to others, you are building the energy around you that attracts what it is that is coming next. And then we have Justice. Okay, love it. Okay, so the energy here of Justice, right? So we have another major arcana card. And so by living in a state of harmony, by being in a state of nurturing, right? By being in a state of nurturing feminine energy, I should say as well, we see the energies of justice coming about. And what does that really mean? But that because of the energies of the past that have occurred, you were able to release those. It is the energy of releasing those infinite energies in order to see a more positive movement forward. So what you're seeing is a release of all of those things that we were seeing, the energy of separation, so that you're able to move forward. And the energy of these cards is going to come in one final note here. And that is the Queen of Swords. And so this energy means you spoke it into fruition. The Queen of Swords you can read in a lot of different ways. I happen to love that this card is cloaked in green, and the swords energy can be interpreted in many different ways. In this way, we're going to say a woman who is speaking her mind and her truth. And so the energy of the Queen of Swords here, definitely you're picking up on a lot of the feminine energy here driving things forward. Especially because of all of these major arcanas here. And then court card. And so the energy of the feminine really putting out there, speaking out there into the universe, to be fair, into her reality, into her atmosphere, what it is that she wanted, you're going to see these things coming about in a greater way. Okay, they want new cards now. Okay, so they want to clarify these cards. So what cards do we want? Okay. Oh, the bees. All right. So we're going to clarify these cards, and we're still asking the question, how do I meet my life partner? We're going to clarify as we laid this basic line out for the Divine Feminine. What is it here that is showing up? These are so wonderful as well for the Divine Masculine energies. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. So they did deliver into the masculine energies now. And so everyone can see that a Knight of Wands is usually moving. This one happens to have bee wings. These are the bee tarot, I think it's called. And so what you can see here is a man who is actually moving. And so a man who is coming forward towards you is absolutely fantastic. So we have a woman speaking what she wants into fruition, and the man, in this case, getting his wings on to fly. Okay, then we have root of the powers of water. So this is the Ace of Cups, and I absolutely love the Ace of Cups. And so what that means is blessings truly coming towards you. And you can see as we're doing this that the Divine Feminine here has created stability within herself and around herself, and she is creating a stable environment. We had started out in the reading with a need for stability, and now we see that. And we see that energy now coming forward as blessings. And then we have the Six of Swords, and the energy of the Six of Swords here actually says earned success, and that's why they wanted these particular cards, they're saying. So the Swords energy here in a Six of Swords is often portrayed in a different way, but it is moving forward with energies needing to be worked out in the future. And so in this particular case, we're going to say, let that go, and say it was that you moved forward, that you embodied your feminine energy. And so what this is actually the energy of earned success. So we're going to go with words here. Okay, so then we have the wheel, and for the second time we have the wheel, and I love the wheel card as a major arcana as well. We have a lot of that going on here. What does the major arcana really mean is the energetic choices and cycles in our lives. These are the major energies at play, and the world card really means the learning of a lesson, right? And so it is, I would say, when you look at these two cards together, it is you had been moving forward with things needing to be healed, perhaps in the past, but what you're seeing is because of the stability that you've been building in yourself, we see a completion of those cycles of how it was that you had been allowing for those energies to play out in your life at significant points in time. And so you can see in this particular card, there is a bee. He happens to be black, but he has white wings, and that is significant. So let that play out for you in the why. And then you can see these other symbols around as well. And so the wheel has been turning, and the energies that you have seen at play are finally coming to a closure. It is the completion of the cycles of learning a lesson. So that is the energy that is playing out here in the Divine Masculine. And so they wanted me to go back here and say that it is a man moving forward, and you can see in this particular one, he has his bee wings, and I'm not really sure that you can see his eyes, right? And so the energy moving forward here was wanting to have a lot of blessings, as well as they're having me tell a couple stories here, moving forward with people, right? So when we talk about the traditional Six of Swords, it's moving forward with others into a truth with energies needing to be worked out in the future. And it is the end of that. It is the end of cycling through the divine masculine. Okay. The Princess of Cups. Love that. Okay, so we're going to ask the next question. Okay, sorry. I was just asking where it was that we were going with this. Okay, the B cards are interesting. So we're going to take a moment here and ask the question again. How do I meet my life partner? Okay. So okay, so they just want me to clarify that I did that. And so to clarify, what you see coming into your life in the 3D is from a sense of the stability that you have had in your life. And it is the energy, that's a lot, right? It is the energy of getting unstuck. And so when we clarify, how do I meet my life partner? And we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is not allowing energy to flow, and this is letting go of that and allowing the energy to flow more freely. And so what it means is, depending on where you're at and lining up with these energies, it is recognizing the things that you need to let go of and change within yourself in order to really build that stability. Okay, that's it. So, okay, I want one card here, and that is the Six of Cups. So, we're going to use that as the anchor card. Oh, this was, okay, the final question. How do I learn how to fly again? Okay, that was the final question that they wanted to ask. Okay, so we're shuffling here. So the question is, how do I learn how to fly again? I have a very unique style, so I hope that you can appreciate it. And so the way that I read is channeled very specifically, and I wrote down the questions of what it was that I wanted to ask in the reading. I can show you, and it was, how do I learn how to fly again? Also recognize my clothespin. Very, very classy. So I just had to share that with you because I absolutely love how they put that together, and they said I needed the card off the top of the deck, which was literally the two of them flying over the sun. So I absolutely adore that, and I hope you do as well. Okay, so the question being, how do I learn how to fly again? One card off the bottom. Okay, and we have the Three of Swords. So when we're talking about fly again, first we need to answer the question, and what it means is, when were you at a state of despair? The Three of Swords is not a happy energy. It is that the heart was damaged and the truth that you were experiencing was harsh. So we're getting rid of that. So it's talking about, that's the energy that we are learning how to fly again from. And so now we can go to the top of the deck. And we have, again, I did shuffle the cards, the Princess of Pentacles, the Hermit card, and the Lovers. Oh my gosh. Okay. So absolutely wonderful. So what they're talking about here in this very beautiful energy is, by loving yourself, by loving all creation, because I already told you how I felt about this card, right? And the Hermit card is also to point out that these are two major arcana cards, which is the major cycles and choices in our lives. And you can see in this Hermit card, there is the energy of a man kind of standing inside this shimmering golden circle. And he has an owl on his arm, and he's holding a light. And it is going within and finding your inner spark. It is finding your inner wisdom, and what I call activating your true self, being guided by your true self, understanding that you're an aspect of all that is, and being guided by your true self and the light within. And so how it is that you come into learning how to fly again, learning how to live again, learning to feel in this energy is by loving yourself in every way that you can. And what does loving yourself mean other than believing in the highest potentiality of yourself and others in the world around you? And so when you can believe in the highest potentiality of all that is and doing the things that you love at every moment in time, really taking care of yourself is obviously an aspect of that. But moreover, it is absolutely doing what you want to do, doing what you feel is the right thing. And so it is falling into the energy, not of a pattern, not of a cycle, but of doing what you want to do in every moment in time. And by going in then, loving yourself, following your own inner guidance system, then we have the Lover's card. And this is often read as a choice, and it definitely will be a choice. But in this particular card, you can see that it is two people coming together, and the light sparks between them, right? And it is two trees. It is the apple tree from I would call this the apple tree from Genesis. The cup of love, it is the Ace of Cups, the energy flowing down from the heavens. There is a dove that appears to be showering down the blessings from the heavens above. You can see they are being watched over by the angelic realm, and the sun is shining, and all around them are butterflies, and then we have a Merkaba as well. And so the energy here of the Lovers, what does that really mean, right? It is a choice. It is a choice that if you choose wisely, will bring absolute positivity to your life. And I'm just going to leave it at that. It is always a choice. When it comes to these major energies in your life, and I would just point out, it is the Six of Cups and the Lovers, that it is always a choice of whether or not you choose to love yourself, whether or not you choose to love your partner, your lover, your other half, whatever you wish to call them is always a choice. Okay, they want one more card. And then we have the World card again. Yes. Okay, so I think that's 3 times now. I put some of the other cards away. So the World card then. So it is going within, following your inner light and your inner spark, having the choice, and ending the cycle. Amen. That's it. All right, they want 1 card off the top of my cards, and that is wisdom. I love it. And so the energy here is the energy of following your own inner guidance system, of knowing that you receive the messages that you need from within, and that you are glowing. Wonderful things are happening for you when you follow your own inner wisdom. Okay. That was absolutely spectacular. What we're doing here is looking at the energies that are truly at play. So the final message that I want to leave you with is these energies are at play. They have been for a while. So what that means is that as you are manifesting your own reality, as you are dreamscaping your reality, and I will put my your reality book out on my website as well, so that everyone can have access to that. It is about dreaming what you want into reality by recognizing what it is that you prefer, what it is that you would like to have done differently, recognizing those things, acknowledging it in the world around you, recognizing true love when it knocks on your door, and truly making a choice that brings all of the cycles that you were in to fruition. It is the energy of understanding and wisdom that they showed in this card, when you can follow your own inner wisdom, not looking at others, not looking at tarot, not looking at any energy other than what does it feel like within yourself. And these are absolute permission slips, right? So it is a permission slip to follow your own inner guidance system, and to recognize the love that you have around you, and how it is that you can create more love around you in order to finally bring the energy of how to fly again, is what I channeled the question as. And the answer is love yourself, love others, love all creation, and have the strongest boundaries you've ever seen in your entire existence. All right, I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did. They want to clarify. Okay, they want one of this again. Okay, so they want me to do a random shuffle. So what we want to say is this energy is fantastic. The more of you that can line up with it, the better. What does it mean? It means you craft your own reality. You're always creating your own reality. There we go, right? Are you reading, or are you recreating the same reality, or are you creating the reality that you wish to manifest? And if so, absolutely keep doing that. And if not, how can you adjust it? And so it is the energy of inflexibility, right? Some of these energies have been at play for so long that they are cemented in. And so I think we talked about that when we talked about the infinite circle that came from these cards. And so the energies of this, when they were having me say they've been in play for a while and it's up to you lining up with them, pretty much this is done. Okay. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you so much.